had like no exposure to Barbie whatsoever, and even I liked it. So I know like the marketing is, if you love Barbie, the movie's for you. If you hate Barbie, the movie's for you. I would add, if you know nothing about Barbie, you'll still probably like it.
They made like those models and those like sets you can buy. It's like, Jesus Christ, those are so well put together.
Yeah.
It's a great looking world. And so much of it's practical. That's the thing. Like they could have easily done it where it's all CGI bullshit. And it's like not.
Don't you think it's like, it almost, I know they're different, kind of different genres, but not really, because they're both products and like very heavily marketed products. Kind of makes you like go like, Marvel, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You have like Mattel like taking their most prolific IP and taking one heck of a gamble with it.
Yeah, doing something that no one expected.
Yeah.
That I didn't expect.
Yeah, and a very calculated gamble, I would say, because they brought in a lot of talented people to work on it. So it's almost like they brought in people who know we're accomplished and have taste and let them do their thing.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, now there's a writer's strike, so who knows what. I think superhero movies could learn something from that.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, to take more risks.
Yeah,
and to be more experimental with your properties. That's the thing. Yeah, I mean, you got to praise Mattel. I mean, looking like Hasbro, and they've been just kind of stumbling with Transformers and GI Joe for years, and anything else they've made.
Yeah,
whereas this like Mattel went, and they already said that we're going to franchise all of our stuff. And it's like, well, if you're going to be this interesting, really, whether you like the movie or not, whether you're going to be this just different, then it's like that in itself is kind of exciting.
I hope they stick to that, because I think Marvel was like that initially. That first round of movies, it was like, oh yeah, they're trying stuff, and now it just feels like they're on a cog.
Right.
It's like
it formulaic.
Yeah, it's a conveyor belt,
and they need to probably move away from the multiverse stuff and all this. And it's not as cool as I think we all thought it could have been.
I knew that shit was going to be dumb, Chris. I called that. I mean, I'll give credit to this. Spider-Man seems to do it well consistently.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, whether it's a cartoon or even the live action one.
No Way Home.
Yeah, I was like,
I enjoyed that movie a lot.
I did too. And I liked Across the Spider-Verse a lot.
Yes.
And
you're saying that as someone who wasn't a big fan of the original. But this person brought up, have you seen trailers for TMNT?
I have.
Mutant Mayhem. Now, listen, I'm not a TMNT guy at all. I mean, not that I hate it. I didn't grow up with it at all. But I'm like, I like the way this looks.
I think it's one of the ugliest looking things I've ever seen. But again, like, I get why it looks different. And but when I saw it, I was like, yikes.
Yeah.
I think this looks ugly as shit. But it's about mutants.
It is.
So it's like, maybe maybe it'll work. I'm curious about it. I'll probably see it.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I was never like the biggest Ninja Turtles fan.
Yeah.
I was very like casual. We had like a few of the video games and a few of the toys, but it was never like my childhood like fixture, you know.
Exactly.
Mine was like Batman the animated series and Dragon Ball Z. Those were my two. Like Power Rangers, nah. Ninja Turtles, nah. He-Man actually a little bit.
Really interesting.
Even because we dug up a bunch of my brother's old He-Man toys in the attic one time, and I just think He-Man's hilarious.
Well, I agree with that.
He-Man is funny as shit. And you go back and you like watch like that old cartoon. It's well written because it's written to be funny. And it's funny. Like, they knew what they were doing. And man, it is the gayest shit ever.
Oh, totally. It's so homoerotic.
I love it. It's so, like, it's ahead of its time. You got this man running around in a furry bikini, fighting monsters.
Yeah, his arch enemy who clearly wants to fuck him.
There's some real tension there.
Hey, man!
You boob! You big, beautiful oaf! But I was thinking about this at one point. It's like, I wonder how many people out there who are, like, older people now, adults, who are genuinely just like closed-minded and homophobic, loved He-Man as kids.
Oh, so many.
Yeah.
And just don't realize.
Yeah, exactly. They just like go over their head, just like, dude, like he's, more people know He-Man from doing, hey, than even the cartoons now. So I hope they give He-Man another shot.
They canceled the animated film they were going to do, or some type of film. I forget if it was animated, but it was Netflix going to do it. Which, who knows if Netflix.
Is He-Man owned by Mattel?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I think maybe.
I forget.
Yeah. Chat, is He-Man owned by Mattel?
It's not Hasbro. I know that.
No, definitely not Hasbro. They would have put up like 3 films by now.
Had another crappy He-Man.
Exactly. They would have done a crossover with.
I watched the Kevin Smith Netflix.
It is Mattel.
Okay. Well, we're going to get a He-Man movie now.
Yeah.
With Barbie like this. Because I saw the Kevin Smith Netflix He-Man show and I thought it was bad.
I didn't have an issue with it. I liked it. Now, I know it's a sequel series to the original one. It was changing things up. But again, I'm going in there with, you know what He-Man show I like? I like the one from the 2000s.
That one's awesome.
Yeah.
That one I think does the best of both worlds.
Yes.
Like it's still funny at points, and Skeletor still sounds like,
Yeah, he does.
but it's done with a little bit, just a touch more seriousness.
It's a little darker.
It's a little darker, and it looks really good. The animation's great.
Yeah. And it got canceled before its time.
Yeah.
I think it ended on a cliffhanger, matter of fact.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. It was like after this, like, Skeletor was about to win. And it was like, tune in next season.
Yeah.
Nope. I guess he fucking won. He all died.
I was rooting for him.
Yeah.
I watched He-Man beat his ass all these years, and just like, God damn it.
It's because you like doing the voice. That's why.
Yeah, it's hilarious. But yeah, I put that one. That's like in that same category as like Gargoyles, where it's like underappreciated, really good cartoon.
Yeah. OJ killed it.
Huh?
OJ killed that cartoon.
What?
So you don't know about this?
No.
Oh, so Gargoyles, like, it was coming out during like the OJ Simpson trial. And because hold on.
Shit.
Well, I will get back to OJ Simpson in just a bit. So yeah, the thing is, like, that was when the trial was happening.
Yeah.
And because that was like just dominated pop culture, like everyone was tuning in.
Yeah.
And, for a lot of people, they had one TV per household, and so they noticed, like, even Disney, who made the cartoon, they noticed that it just dipped.
Yeah.
And like just the ratings plummeted because of that, despite all the reviews and people praising the show and everything like that. People going like, "Wow, this is kind of like Disney's Batman made series." That's what it was.
Yes, it was.
And they went, "Well, no one's watching anymore," so they canceled it.
Yeah. Because OJ was like a real world Batman, the animated series.
Kind of was.
It's like a noir kind of weird moment in pop culture. Everyone was super into it.
Yeah, kind of a supervillain almost in a way.
Yeah, it's kind of perverse.
Yeah.
People's obsession with it.
Life imitating art, I guess. Yeah, it was nuts.
They should have adapted their scripts. Been like, all right, can we do an OJ episode of Gargoyles?
Oh, they did have those like PSA episodes. Like they had the one with the gun.
Yeah.
Where who was it? Broadway shoots Elisa.
Yeah. He's fucking with a gun like a dumbass.
That's right.
Yeah. Idiot.
Yeah, they could do it. They could make it.
Fat idiot.
He pretty much was. I would have been pissed. I would not if I was Lisa Moss.
He shot someone, Chris.
But the thing is, obviously,
I think anger's.
But she forgives him so quickly. I'd be like, I would always be resentful because like the next I remember this because I'll tell you this. I wasn't exposed to Gargoyles much later in my life. I never watched it.
Yeah.
Because OJ. And
even as a kid.
Exactly. But I remember, like, because the episode after he shoots her and she's hospitalized and, like, Gladys like, we're going to talk, Broadway. The next episode, you notice, like, Broadway's being, like, super, like, oh, are you okay, Elise? Because she's on crutches. So it's kind of like, oh, I like the continuity.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I'm okay. Like, he's trying to make up for it. I'd be like, don't fucking touch me.
Get away from
so
me.
Pissed.
To be fair, she's a cop, right?
Yeah.
I wonder, is that the first time she's been shot?
I think
Did they
so.
say?
I think that
Okay.
might have been. Certainly shot, and it was life-threatening to the point where she almost died.
Yeah.
Like, there was, like, almost fatal.
It's part of the business, man. It's
I
part of
guess
the
so.
job.
I
You
guess
never
so.
know when a big fat dumb stone monster might actually get a hold of your piece.
It's true. That's what happened. Yeah.
That's why they're heroes.
What's his line? Yeah, I guess so. Naive heroes, 1,000 years separates them from modern times.